Hello. Hello, Omar.
Hello.
Hello. It's nice to have you here in the channel. Okay, we are going to wait for 30 seconds or 1 minute. Okay, let's wait for some people to join in the channel, and I will set up your account here on the subtitles in order that anyone can follow your account, and we can start with the interview. Okay.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Directo en inglés. Ok, let me edit. Ok. That's... Muy buenas, Diego. ¿Cómo vais? Ok, chicos. Veo que ya empieza a conectarse gente. Hoy va a ser un directo que vamos a hacer en inglés, ¿vale? Estamos con Omar de Mama.js y nos va a estar contando un poco pues qué proyectos están desarrollando y todo esto. Subiré los subtítulos en castellano este fin de semana, ¿vale? Pero hoy el directo ya os digo que va a estar en inglés, entonces que no vea nadie nada raro o piense que estamos hablando en Klingon, ¿vale? Ok. Omar, thank you very much for having you here on the channel. Please, I would like to know, first of all, how many years have you been working or on this market regarding cannabis in the different stage? I don't know if as a grower or with any kind of retail store, or which is your first contact with the cannabis?
Sure.
And yes, tell me.
Yes. So I've been in cannabis for about years now.
Mm-hmm.
And, I started off growing in the medical scene. And I later went on to do extracts and work in the retail field. But I started off with just a very small grow and greenhouse. And then from there, I built up an indoor grow, and that's been...
Okay. Regarding the indoor grow, I think that currently you are based in the US. Where are you exactly in the US?
So I started off in the medical field, and from there I went to Washington, mainly based near Portland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
But most of my business, and then in 2019 went recreational for cannabis, and so I moved back to Michigan. Then we opened up another location in Missouri and St. Louis, Missouri. And then right now we're building another location in Nevada.
Nevada. Okay. How do you understand the cannabis market? Is it very different between the states? I don't know. I mean about the technifications, the profile of the growers, the strains that you can find out. Do you think that is a very different approaches in the different states, or how do you feel it on the country?
The approach for our company is very similar in every state, and focused on giving the consumers the best possible product. But I do think that every market has a different interest. Yeah. Right now, I'm in Missouri. I'm in Kansas City, and here people really care about THC. So for me, I don't prefer this. Terpenes and overall overall the taste of the flower extract, but not so much the strength. Because for me, I can always more, but you cannot recreate the flavor that you can get from a good quality product. Every state has a different preference, and for us, we have to make sure it's the product that they want. But for me, I tried approach in every state.
Maybe I don't know. What do you think about this statement? Maybe in the states where is the culture about the cannabis is younger. Okay, the consumers are younger, or they don't have a long background regarding the cannabis. They prefer, or they try to find out products with higher THC levels, comparing with the terpenes profile, because they are just focused on this target for the recreational. I don't know. What do you think about that? Is it possible in the states with legalization who has been done sooner, or not? What do you feel?
I agree with that. I think that when the consumers are new, understand the product. So the only thing that they have product is the test result. But the test result, and once they start to get educated, they understand that, look at the test result. But when they first begin, it's the only numbers. They look at the product, they smell the product, they don't understand. But they look at the number, 20%, more than 20%. So that must be good.
Yep. I think that here in Europe, we have a similar trend on the past. You know, everybody at the very beginning was looking for some products in the Netherlands. Okay, so something from Amsterdam, trying to find out what they have done on Amsterdam and trying to replicate that on Spain. But after some time, they decide to try to find out different flavors or different tastes for the products, and that's when the industry can develop new products. So otherwise, you are trying to follow the trend, and the only topic or the only highlight is try to get the highest ratios possible regarding THC. It's a pity, because this plant it's have a very wide spectrum, not only regarding the cannabinoids itself, it's also for the terpenes profiles and the different effects on the human bodies. I don't know. Hello?
Exactly. I think, yeah, I think that you know, if you want to get higher, you can always smoke more or use an extra edible or something like that. But the effect, the true effect, comes from the means and the quality of the product, and that is the quality and how important that is, and which products they prefer the most. But see.
Yeah, I think so. But maybe on Europe we have a different trend, because mostly I'm just now I see your face, but when we discuss about Europe, okay, mostly in Spain, you know that we have a very wide culture about the hash, okay, coming from Morocco, and the hashish itself, it's a very common product that you can find out here in Spain since maybe 30 years ago, something like that. It's crazy. But in the rest of Europe, or in Latin America or North America, it's not so easy to find out this kind of products. When you talk about cannabis with people here in Spain, they are very familiar with this kind of products with hashish. Okay, but it's not so common. Okay, find out people who is smoking just weed. Okay, they usually mix it with tobacco. Because at the end, this is the cultural background that they have. And I think that here in Europe, we have been more closer to the extractions, the edibles, the BHO or something, different approaches of the cannabis when the ratios of THC are so high, and you are removing all the terpenes. So maybe this is something positive for us because we can enjoy more raw products regarding cannabis, that something with with vitamin E or something others, because on your country you have been several people with lung damage, no, isn't it? How is that regarding the BHO?
So I think that there's a wide spectrum. So I think one of the things I noticed when I was in Spain is when I was in Granada, they had a lot of Moroccan hashish.
Absolutely.
And the quality was pretty low on some of it, and it was really just THC. It's not a lot of quality, and then other hashish I found, a lot of flavor, was a very good quality, and the effect was different, better quality. And I think with BHO, it is similar. So
Yeah.
where the way that they produce it is very high quality, but you can also get some that's more commercial that is quality than hash, I would say. So it is similar, and but I do think that that just the overall the use and using like torches and e-nails and a lot, I'm not sure that the popularity will follow in Europe, because it is different, and like you said, the hash, and here hash never got popular in the way that it is in Europe. That it's similar for BHO and dabbing the other way around.
Yeah, I think so. Well, coming back to about your company and your facilities, give me a wide overview about. You mentioned that you have been working since time ago in Portland, also with Michigan, and also in Massachusetts. Was the third one? Which one is?
Missouri, Michigan, Washington, and Nevada.
Washington and Nevada was the last two. Which kind of strains were you most focused, or which kind of cannabis strains are you trying to develop, or do you find out more successful currently?
So 1 second, let me turn my video off so the quality can get a little bit higher.
Okay, sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So one of the things that I really that I care about is mainly the flavor and so for me with genetics, I really look to have some unique color. If it's dark green or light green, the product needs to have, but if it's if it's purple or strong orange or has more color, I can, for me, I have a little bit more so those are the genetics I look for. I also do grow some green genetics, have a really good flavor for it that I like for me, OG Kush is green, orange, anything, but the flavor on, and so I still like those ones. Focus on is a lot. So things that have something unique in them with some type of runs. I like Skittles. I like also some GMO, and another one that I've been really hot right now is and I've been getting a lot of their cookies and cookie crosses. The reason I like these ones, they have strong tea. They wash well, and I get them crossed with so I'll get Grease Monkey or Cookies and Cream crossed with Runts, or Grease Monkey crossed with Cookies and Cream crossed with Sugar. Because of the father lineage, Cream and Grease Monkey, they're but with the mother, they're purple, creamy, more so you can get the best out of that type of mix.
And this is something that, to be honest, I really wonder, because at the end, the size of your market is not so big comparing with the size of the industry, where you are producing an insane number of flowers and strains. How can a company survive, okay, making something like Skittles, Runs, GMO, Miracle Alien cookies, Girl Scout cookies? How can a company make a product different in a very so competitive market? How can you develop this kind and fight against, maybe, I don't know, 300 growers who are making at the end the same strain name? I don't mean that everyone has the same clone or the same terpene profile, but it's very complicated to identify or make something unique if you are sharing the name with all the other competitors. It's like if you say, okay, I'm making the iPhone, and the other guy is also making the iPhone, and the guy from California is also making the iPhone. Choose one. I don't know. How do you see it? Because if you think about Skittles, okay, or Girl Scout cookies, wow, se nos fue. Parece que le ha aburrido. Bueno, chicos, el fin de semana voy a poner la traducción en castellano para que el que lo quiera ver, aunque se esté cortando y sea un poquito así más jodido, pero bueno, como lo vamos a dejar traducido, pues que sepáis que el que quiera, que luego lo va a poder ver, y ya sabréis vosotros qué os parece. Creo que estas cosas también es importante. Esto evidentemente no me va a generar muchas visitas al vídeo, pero me parece que es importante que abramos un poquito el espectro, que entre más gente de otros países y nos dé también un poquito su opinión.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you get my last question. I mean, how can you fight in a very competitive market with some strains who are at the end the branding of the strains is so close? For example, like Skittles, as you mentioned before, Runs, GMO, where so many growers are making the same strain, not the same clone for sure, but the same strain. How is possible to compete and survive on this kind of market?
That you need to make crosses with those strains. So if the people like GMO, okay, and we can give them GMO, but let's mix it with something, and Sherbert or GMO and Skittles together. So is GMOZ, and it's GMO crossed with Skittles. So that's how you do it. You know, everyone has GMO. Everyone has, they don't have the genetics that are mixed with these strains, and that's you have to give the customer something different, but use what they like.
Currently, how many strains are you working or are you selling, and how many strains are you do you have on the backup? I mean, how many strains are you working with them, making some tests or trying to develop new lines, and how many of them are in the front line for the end customers or in the sales row?
Yeah, I understand. So about 50 to 75 strains across the country. And in my roster, you know, my backup strains, I have about 300. And then every month, I test about 1,000 new seeds.
1,000 new seeds every month. Whoa.
Every month, yeah.
Okay, crazy numbers, my friend. Crazy numbers.
That's how you have to give. You know, like you were asking, how do you stay competitive? Something new. You can't just have what everyone else has. But you know, right now in America, everyone loves the taste on Skittles.
Absolutely. Anyone can purchase 2,000 seeds of Skittles or get some La Bomba from Compound Genetics or whatever, and start seeding them. But for sure, yes, you have to try to find out. Wow, that's crazy numbers. And how big is your teamwork to handle so many strains and and so many seeds? How big is your team?
So 300 people, and
wow.
And in the next 600 people.
Wow, crazy, my friend. I suppose that your team will be balanced between growers, salesmen, but also with technicians, people related with biology, agronomists, isn't it? Or which is more or less the ratio between the growers itself and the people who give support to the different stages of the growers?
So it's like you said, it is a mix. Some people that every person is specialized in our company. So we have trimmers, we have what we call task team, and the lollipop, the harvest, different stuff like that. And then we have some people that are specialized in plants, like you said, ergonomy, and you know, mostly engineers, process engineers, mechanical engineers, controls engineers, because a big thing of what we do now is using this. So one thing that, you know, I'm very interested in the light that you make, that we're incorporating into our system, is using a control, and that way we can control the inputs that go to the plant, really maximize what the plant can do by using technology, because it's not so much specific to cannabis, but by using, we can really push the plant to reach its full potential.
I agree with you, because at the end, this industry, due to the legislation that also come from your country, not by my country. This time the fault was in your country. The legislation was so tight that it was impossible to make some research or something more technician. Here in, you know, at the end, Spain or even France is a very very advanced in the sense of the agriculture or how to technician the agriculture. I think that Spain, France, Italy, and Netherlands are four of the main speakers regarding agriculture. And to be honest, I have been in several facilities with tomatoes, and they were using CO2 for tomatoes. They were working with rock wool, with crop steering, and I was watching that maybe about 7 or 8 years ago. But to be honest, I think that regarding the cannabis industry, I feel like this is like a witchcraft where everybody have the perfect result how to develop the cannabis, and they don't want to explain you anything. They say, okay, you have to follow strictly my steps, and this is the way to do it. And that's a pity, because this market, if we want to move it to the following step, we have to technificate it. We have to increase the protocols, increase the consistency of the crops, increase the performance of the yields. And I think that I am a computer guy, okay? I have studied computer science, and this is my background. But I think that if in the future we want to succeed on this market, only the most efficient companies can survive. I think that this is mandatory. No sé si me ha oído. Did you hear me? Se nos ha escapado Omar. No sé. Vamos a dejarle un segundito ahora que entre. Pero bueno, mira, por aquí lo está diciendo gente. Vamos a ir comentando mientras cositas que nos dicen por aquí. MWK. Otro nivel, funciona con buen capital desde el principio. Sí, bueno, pero él está diciendo que arrancó con Portland y que ya lleva 5 estados abiertos, ¿eh? Fijaos, al final te están diciendo un equipo de 300 personas. O sea, imaginaos lo que hay ahí de ingeniería. Decía que él tenía a la venta de 50 a 75 genéticas, ¿vale? Que a nivel de plantas madre tenía alrededor de 300 genéticas, y que estaba popeando cada día, o sea, cada mes, alrededor de 1000 semillas. Hello?
Yes. Hey, so yeah, I heard.
Okay.
I basically I agree with you. I mean, it is sort of like what we call it as tribal knowledge.
Yeah.
It's basically yeah, that's passed down. People have been doing it for a long time, and it's not science based, but the people that are smart, that are going to be changing the industry, they're bringing technology into the space, and that's really our focus. Right now, it's called Perfect Harvest, but we're changing, and what conduit is. I'm not sure what the word is in Spanish. Basically, it's a electricity to the different devices, which brings it to the people. My company is going to transfer the technology and the product into cultivation, processing, and retail in order to cannabis industry and all the consumers. And that's our focus, is to get rid of the tribal knowledge and to really refine the process and to bring something more professional to the space. And I think a lot of other things. And it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to come out of the can. You know, people get better and the competition gets stronger. And I think
absolutely.
It'll be a very good experience for the consumers in the end.
Because I suppose that you have several growing setups in the installation, depending of the strain, or even for the mother plants or whatever. But for the regular flowering rooms, which is your setup? Are you working with cocoa, with soil, with rockwood? or how are you doing?
We grow rock wool, so we specifically use rock wool, and we're actually able to kind of vary the with the rock wool, and it took us a long time. Originally, some strain, or I had to use soil to make it work the best, but over time I learned, and I believe rock wool is a very good way to barrel, and you can add anything to the rock. Also be living. You know, you can add microbes, you can add any, and make it a good a good medium for.
Regarding the microbes and the micro life, don't you think, or are you don't you have are you afraid about the clogging on the dippers, or this is something that you are handling that with enzymes or cleaners? Because on the past I have done some testing, for sure, very small sizing testing regarding the rock wool, and every time that we place anything organic, okay, on the mixture tanks, we usually have some problems with clogging dips or whatever. How do you handle that, or is there any wild idea regarding that?
Yeah, so I mean, it's constant. My situation will be different, but in terms of I guess for you know the like root rot and different the roots, or you know what main issue have you had?
Mostly clogging, okay, clogging on the dips, mostly clogging on the dips, and a couple of times we started using we try to with crop steering, okay, uh, making small micro irrigations, I mean between 7 and 20 irrigation along the day. And we also tested the drain to waste, and with none of them, well, we have some success, but we were not so happy because we didn't achieve any kind of consistency on the crop. In some cases, at the end of the, I mean, regarding not for the first weeks, but regarding week 6 or 7, we have some dips we are dipping a lot of water, some other dips that they are hardly mostly clogged, and we have barely success with the crop. So we decided to move back to the old school with the cocoa, where we are more comfortable currently. That's my topic, mostly for the clogging.
That makes sense. So you know, I mean, first of all, it's years and years and years of testing. You know, I've 1 million or more plants in rock wool. So at this point, you know, I a lot through the years, but I would say that the main thing that you is you have to know what is inside your block.
Yeah.
How is your pH? How is your nutrient level? What is the mix of nutrients? Is it too much calcium? Too much? Not enough? So the way that we learn that is by using the right nutrients, following a recipe. You know, our recipe has taken a lot to get to where it is, but now it's easy for us to start a new grow, and I know it will be successful because I know keep it within the range, and if there's a problem, I know how to fix it. And basically, it's hard to explain exactly. It's really the whole process of everything you do every day. You know, if you're feeding every 30 minutes for 60 seconds. And how many times a day do you do that? And then when your plant gets dry, how much do you increase that by?
Yeah.
And it's just what the levels are and following a consistent method. What allows you to change it every day. Oh, my plant's thirsty, and I'm going to double what I do. But no, just make a decision every day. You must follow a recipe.
Yeah.
And when you follow, you can find consistency, and that's ultimately the solution.
Yeah, more or less, I got your point. At the end, you have a roadmap, okay, a different stage or different points that you want to achieve, and maybe you can adapt slightly for one day, but you are not awaiting every day which problem do we have to face and how we are going to resolve. You are very straightforward with the recipe, and you just follow that, and if anything just change a little bit, you know how to resolve it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, awesome. Perfect. Omar, I'm really happy to have you here on the channel. I would like to have the chance that you invite us in any time with some photos on some graphic material regarding your installations or your plants. And thank you very much for having you here. Okay, and thank you, Dr. and Alto Jardín, for giving us this chance to have you on the channel.
Of course, having the doctor out in Portland, and I will be in Barcelona on 23rd of October. Maybe I'll send you guys some photos and some material, and I appreciate being on the channel. Thank you.
If you are going to come to Spain, for sure we will arrange because it will be great to have the chance to meet you in person. Okay. Thank you.
Of
Thank
course.
you very much.
Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye bye. Bueno, chicos, pues hasta aquí ha llegado el directo. El banco, como ya os decía por aquí, que preguntaba Pollo and Pola, se llama Mama J-S, ¿vale? Nos estaba diciendo Omar que estaban trabajando con entre 50 y 75 genéticas, están presentes en 5 estados. Habían mencionado Portland, habían mencionado Massachusetts, habían mencionado Kansas, Washington y el quinto no me acuerdo cuál ha dicho. Y bueno, pues este es el palo de las cosas que nos encontramos en Estados Unidos y que muchas veces que nos creemos aquí que estamos en el top o que lo que vemos de Jungle Boys o cosas de estas, como muchas veces decís, es lo más top y luego te encuentras por aquí a un chico joven que le estáis viendo que está abriendo 1000 semillas al mes, que están probando alrededor de 300 genéticas, está diciendo de fondo de armario, con 50-75 genéticas en la calle y con 300 tíos. Yo creo que una de las cosas que nos tenemos que quedar con todo esto, la parte positiva, ¿sabes? Esto no es una cuestión de estarnos midiendo las colas continuamente. La parte positiva de todo esto es decir, bueno, chicos, ¿hacia dónde va el mercado? El mercado va un poco en la dirección de coger una genética madre, si la queréis llamar así, y pivotar sobre ella, que es como están haciendo muchos bancos. Es decir, se coge RANS, se coge GMO, se coge Jealousy, se coge Gary Python y se trabaja esa genética con distintos cruces para que ya no sea una cuestión de yo tengo una Gary Python y el otro también tiene una Gary Python, sino decir, bueno, yo esta Gary Python la he cruzado con Jealousy o la he cruzado con Jokers y he sacado una cosa bomba o distinta. Yo, sinceramente, me llama la atención, ¿sabes? Cómo qué accesible ha sido Omar, porque ya es la segunda vez que entra aquí con nosotros y es que flipo porque es que nos lo ha propuesto él, ¿sabes? Aquí un canal que estamos el Chuli, el Toci, el Cabra y el Pelao y entra un tío de estos, macho, que tiene que tener 80.000 cosas que hacer y se pone aquí con nosotros. Yo estoy encantado de que venga gente así y me voy a hacer todo lo que esté en mi mano para seguir trayendo gente de otros sitios y que nos cuenten su experiencia. ¿Que lo del idioma es una barrera? ¿Que puede que los directos no se vean tanto? Bueno, yo creo que aquí los que están entrando en este canal no entran buscando un graffiti de un camaleón o un rollito de raperos, flores mágicas, sino que está buscando contenido didáctico. Y creo que una hora con un tío de estos te enseña más que estar trabajando durante un año con otras personas. Así que nada, chicos, si os ha gustado lo del vídeo, os agradeceríamos a todos que luego nos dejéis un dedito para arriba en YouTube, ¿vale? Ya sabéis que hemos conseguido monetizar el canal y voy a seguir currando toda la parte de estos contenidos en la medida que pueda, pero si le dais a seguir al canal, si nos ponéis ahí un comentario, pues estas cosas nos ayudan a crecer, a que cada vez nos vea más peña y ya os digo que le vamos a dar duro. Y si por lo que sea conseguimos engancharle aquí al colega cuando venga cuando venga para acá, para España, prometo que haremos una cata en directo ahí con esas bombas nucleares que tiene que tener. Así que nada, chicos, muchas gracias a todos los que habéis estado por aquí y venga, que es tarde, iros para casa, vamos todos a cenar y a meternos en la camita, que mañana de curro. Un abrazo, chao, hasta otra.